Good morning. Welcome to the Delaware Technology Park. I'm Mike Bowman. I'm Chairman and President here. If you haven't been here before, we are a partnership with the state, the University of Delaware, and the private sector. And what we focus on is technology-based economic development. Basically what we do is we look for great science and business leaders. We help them connect to services, funding, employment opportunities, and flexible, affordable space. We put all that together in a package. We work across the gamut with large corporations like the DuPont Company, who started this building, AstraZeneca. Today we're more engaged with startups, entrepreneurs up and down the state, and we do that through a network of partnerships. Many of our partners are here today in events. Since we opened the doors here in 1992, we've pretty much can touch about 16,000 jobs that came out of the efforts here and things we've spun out of here. And many of those things are in the life science sector, which we're going to focus on today. We're here to honor and celebrate one of DTP's and Delaware's, I think, major success stories, and that is QPS. So over the next 30 minutes, I'm going to introduce you to, and you will hear from our panel of speakers. The founder, chairman, president, CEO of QPS, Dr. Ben Chen, Delaware's Honorable Governor, Dr. McCall, Secretary Alan Levin from DITO, and the Delaware Bioscience Association President Dayton. Also here today, I want to briefly introduce them real quick, our representatives from the congressional group, the federal group, the state, the county, and the city leadership. So from Senator Carter's office is Larry Windman, Larry's right here. Senator Kaufman is Andrew Dinsmore. Mike Becker's office, Representative Jeff Dayton. Is John Walpole here? I was told he might be. I'm not sure. He is State Representative Carl Paulbacker from Newcastle County, back here. And from the city of Newark, Kyle Sonnenberg and Roy LaPata. They're both here. So, thank you very much for joining us from the government sector. What QPS is a great example of an entrepreneur scientist leaving the corporate world to found a fairly humble startup here, right through that wall, in this incubator. Dr. Ben Chen and his wife Jennifer began a contract research organization. We call that a CRO in the mid-90s, and they moved on to serve large pharmaceutical companies with this bioanalysis expertise. And over the next 15 years, they really grew dramatically. In fact, they grew so fast, they had to move out of the park so we could build a building so they could come back into the park, and when they did. And we're very thankful for the state of Delaware for helping us with that, because what they did is they provided, at that time, a loan and grant to help fit out the special needs of QPS at that time, so it helped their laboratory. Later on, QPS expanded into Delaware, other locations besides here. There are a couple buildings here. They diversified their business to include clinical drug development, and they've acquired, and this is part of the reason for today, 2 phase 1 clinical operations. QPS is home base in Delaware. They're rooted here. We're very proud of that. They have hired many University of Delaware grads, as many as 30. They're a pillar in the community, supporting many things, and I know Dr. Chen specifically supports the idea of STEM. It's very important in our education process. Very briefly, there are about 4 parts of this story. I'm just going to pick them off because I think they're all important as a model for what we're trying to build in the bioscience community, what we're building at the state, what we're building at DTP. Start with the science, the stuff behind it. World-class science. It stays in front of the curve, the rapid change that's going on in the scientific world. Basically what QPS does is deploys dozens of very sophisticated liquid chromatography mass spectrometers, such as the kind that Agilent makes. They analyze small molecule or biologic drug candidates for things like drug metabolism and pharmacokinetics. Now our press team said just stop right there, don't say science one more time, nobody will stay, so we're done with science. That's Number 2 is a person, world class, business leader and scientist, Ben Chen. And the team he's assembled, many here today. He received his PhD in analytical chemistry from the University of Michigan. joined DuPont Merck, which, as you know, became DuPont Pharmaceuticals, which in turn was bought by Bristol Myers Squibb. Well, Ben left, but before he left, he left big marks there. He had a number of patents. He was given the Summit Award for his role in the development of Sustiva, which is an FDA-approved drug for HIV. But he finally left in 1995, became an entrepreneur, and founded Quest Pharmaceutical Services, now called QPS. So he's going to tell you about that journey in just a minute. At the end, Bob Dane's going to add some comments in regard to his connection to the bioscience community. The third point is the company. Great company. QPS is a model for a growth technology company in any sector. It has unique science, it has superb scientific and business leadership, it has global business strategy, which is well underway here, financial acumen, and a solid footing in the community with committed employees, many of who work in this building. The fourth point is what I call the perfect triangle. And that's the gentleman sitting here and others. We call that the partnership of the state, the University of Delaware, and the private sector. We have an unusual ability in the state to help welcome and lift emerging enterprises. That's what this is about today. Delaware exceeds at that, I think, through the leadership of the governor and the secretary, and not here today, unfortunately, is UD's president, Pat Harker, but he absolutely supports that. And that will continue. So that's the framing of the briefing. Let's move right ahead and get to our day's celebrity, Ben Chen, a good friend.